What is different in this picture?
Yes, it is the people in it.
They are the first man and woman. Who made them? It was God.
Do you know his name?
It is Yahweh or Jehovah. And the man and woman
Came to be called Adam and Eve.
This is how Jehovah God made Adam. He took some dust from the ground,
And with it he formed a perfect body, a man's body. Then he blew into the man's nose. And Adam came to life. Jehovah God had a job for Adam.
He told Adam to name all the different kinds of animals
Adam may have watched the animals
for a long time so he could pick the best names for them all. While Adam was naming the animals, he began to see something.
Do you know what that was? The animals all had mates.
There were papa elephants and mama elephants, and there were papa lions and mama lions.
But Adam had no one to be his mate.
So Jehovah made Adam fall into a deep sleep, and he took a rib bone from his side.
Using this rib, Jehovah made
a woman for Adam, and she became his wife.
How happy Adam was now. And think how happy Eve must have been to be put in such a beautiful garden to live. Now they could have children
and live together in happiness. Jehovah wanted Adam and Eve to live forever.
He wanted them to make the whole earth
as pretty as the Garden of Eden.
How happy Adam and Eve must have been when they thought about doing this. Would you have liked to share in making the earth
a pretty garden? But the happiness of Adam and Eve did not last. Let's find out why. These are the reference.
Psalm 83-18, Genesis 1, 26:31, 2, 7:25. Psalm 83-18. May people know that you, whose name is Jehovah, you alone are the Most High over all the earth.
Gen 1, 26:31. Then God said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let them have in subjection the fish of the sea, and the flying creatures of the heavens, and the domestic animals, and all the earth, and every creeping animal that is moving on the earth.
27. And God went on to create the man in his image. In God's image he created him. Male and female he created them. 28. Further, God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and become many. Fill the earth and subdue it, and have in subjection the fish of the sea, and the flying creatures of the heavens, and every living creature that is moving on the earth. 29. Then God said, here I have given to you every seed-bearing plant that is on the entire earth, and every tree with seed-bearing fruit. Let them serve as food for
30.
you. And to every wild animal of the earth, and to every flying creature of the heavens, and to everything moving on the earth, in which there is life, I have given all green vegetation for food. And it was so.
31. After that God saw everything he had made, and look, it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a sixth day. Gen 2, 7:25.
And Jehovah God went on to form the man out of dust from the ground,
and to blow into his nostrils the breath of life. And the man became
8.
a living person. Further, Jehovah God planted a garden in Eden toward the east, and there he put the man whom he had formed.
9. Thus Jehovah God
made to grow out of the ground every tree that was pleasing to look at, and good for food, and also the tree of life in the middle of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and bad. 10. Now there was a river flowing out of Eden to water the garden, and from there it divided into 4 rivers.
11. The name of the first is Pishon. It is the one encircling the entire land of Havilah, where there is gold.
12. The gold of that land is good. Bdellium gum and onyx stone are also there.
13. The name of the second river is Gihon. It is the one encircling the entire land of Cush.
14. The name of the third river is Hidkel. It is the one going to the east of Assyria, and the 4th river is the Euphrates.
15. Jehovah God took the man and settled him in the Garden of Eden to cultivate it and to take care of it. 16. Jehovah God also gave this command to the man, from every tree of the garden you may eat to satisfaction.
17. But as for the tree of the knowledge of good and bad, you must not eat from it, for in the day you eat from it, you will certainly die.
18. Then Jehovah God said, It is not good for the man to continue to be alone. I am going to make a helper for him, as a complement of him.
19. Now Jehovah God
Had been forming from the ground every wild animal of
the field and every flying creature of the heavens. And he began bringing them to the man to see what he would call each one.
and whatever the man would call each living creature, that became its name.
20.
So the man named all the domestic animals, and the flying creatures of the heavens, and every wild animal of the field. But for man there was no helper as a complement of him. 21. So Jehovah God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, and while he was sleeping, he took one of his ribs, and then closed up the flesh over its place.
22.
And Jehovah God built the rib that he had taken from the man into a woman, and he brought her to the man.
23.
Then the man said, This is at last bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. This one will be called woman, because from man she was taken.
24.
That is why a man will leave his father and his mother, and he will stick to his wife, and they will become one flesh.
25.
And both of them continued to be naked, the man and his wife, yet they were not ashamed.